Welcome to Heartcast, a podcast of Hospice of the Red River Valley. I'm your host, Dave Nillis. Staci Metzger is the lead social worker with Hospice of the Red River Valley. Staci, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Staci, what is the Hospice Veterans Benefit, and how can veterans take advantage of it?
Hospice is really caring for the whole person, physical, emotional, spiritual. And so really we want to be able to honor our veterans, acknowledge their service and sacrifice, and support them through that entire lives. And so really we want to make sure that they get the highest quality of care at end of life. And so that hospice benefit really provides that physical, emotional, and spiritual support. Veterans then would have access to the whole hospice team, including the physician, the nurse practitioner, registered nurses, social workers, certified nursing assistants, chaplains, grief specialists, volunteers. The hospice veteran benefit is really unique. So the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs offers a hospice care benefit for those who have served in the military. At times, people don't identify themselves as being a veteran because maybe they didn't serve during a wartime. However, this benefit is really available to anyone who has ever served the military. If it was active duty, if it was maybe they were spent time overseas, maybe they just were in during peacetime. And so as long as they have served in a branch of the military and they were honorably discharged, then they would be eligible for this benefit. And we want to just make sure that at Hospice of the Red River Valley, we are connecting with our local VA system so that we can make sure that any and all of our veterans are receiving this benefit.
Staci, where can veterans receive hospice care?
So hospice is provided anywhere somebody calls home. So if it's a private residence, if it's a nursing home, assisted living, anywhere. So we really would go to wherever they call home. Part of the VA hospice benefit is the possibility of a veteran receiving a semi-private room paid for in a skilled nursing facility paid for through the VA. The big piece of this is the veteran would need to remain eligible for hospice services, and as long as they continue to have a decline and the hospice team as well as the VA medical team finds them appropriate, they would continue to receive that benefit. This is a huge cost saving for families, but our veterans deserve this. I mean, they fought for our country, and so they definitely deserve to be able to be eligible and to receive this benefit at end of life.
How does Hospice of the Red River Valley support veterans?
Some of the other ways that hospice can assist our veterans would be navigating the VA system, identifying available benefits. So if it's connecting them to their local veteran service officer, our local VSOs, they are able to help determine, if there's any benefits that are available for families, if they're available for the veterans. Each county has their own veteran service officer, and so we can help connect them to the person so they can get maximum benefits that they deserve. We would help coordinate any local VA services, and so if they need to, go into the VA to receive an appointment, we would definitely help make connections there. And then helping with benefit paperwork. And so there's times where we help get them enrolled at the VA. Our process for acknowledging veterans starts right at referral time, and so our referral team knows and to ask about veteran status right from the beginning. And so what we do is once they come on our service, we connect with the VA. If they're enrolled, great. We get working on the next piece of it. If they're in a skilled nursing facility, helping them get the benefit for that bed payment. If they're not enrolled, we've got all the paperwork so we can get that over to the VA so then they can become eligible for additional services. We also like to recognize our veterans who have served our country through a ceremony. We are a level 3, we honor veterans through the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization. And so we want to be able to recognize our veterans through ceremonies. It could be something elaborate where we have family and friends gather, or a small intimate service where it's just a certificate and pin handed over to the veteran who is at end of life. Or maybe the person just would like to receive a pin and a certificate. So there's a number of different ways that we can honor our veterans and acknowledge them.
Staci, why is it important to Hospice of the Red River Valley to honor our nation's veterans?
We also at Hospice of the Red River Valley find that there are sometimes barriers for a peaceful end of life for our veterans. And so our staff works really hard to provide a safe space for our veterans to share about their military experience and to give them the opportunity to maybe talk about things that have weighed heavily on their heart or on their minds for a while. And so staff, we try to work through some of those feelings, try to break down some of those barriers so they can have a peaceful end of life. We also have veteran volunteers, so we will match veterans with a vet-to-vet volunteer where they can share and have those common experiences, or at least have be able to talk with one another about maybe some of the experiences that they had. So honoring our nation's veterans, including acknowledging their service and sacrifice, as well as supporting them through their entire lives. We want to extend our thanks to the many people who have served in the military and their families. It is truly an honor and a privilege to provide care for those American heroes. If you or your loved one have served in any branch of the military, we'd be happy to help and answer any questions. Please reach out at 1-800-237-4629.
Thank you for listening to Heartcast. For past episodes and more information about Hospice of the Red River Valley, visit hrrv.org.